In the state of Connecticut, we recruit and train ambitious professionals who are looking to make a difference. These are their stories. Started with Aflac.
I worked in the financial services industry as a wholesaler.
Before I was in Aflac, I was in retail. Worked for J.C. Penney's for about 5 years selling curtains.
I was a flight attendant for 25 years and got laid off. And what attracted me to Aflac was that it is my own business.
Before joining Aflac, I was a marketing director for a fabric company out of New York.
Okay, here I am, 18. I just graduated high school.
I was playing hockey in Canada before I came here professionally. Got hurt, came here, found Aflac, and realized it's a job you could do whether you have one shoulder, two, or none.
I was tending bar, and when one of my customers came in, he was an Aflac agent, and he recruited me, and I made a career change.
Well, the way I looked at it is that even from when I was in school, I never really liked working for other people.
Before I started Aflac, I was working for a security firm and I got laid off. So this opportunity came right on time.
Before I was with Aflac, I worked with Enterprise Rent-A-Car for 2 years out of college.
I was in purchasing, corporate finance for about 15 years.
I was a newspaper reporter for many years and a corporate communications director.
I didn't even really know what Aflac was besides it was an insurance company.
And what I learned was when I sold the car, I got paid once, my commission, that was it. With Aflac, when you sell policies, on that same policy, you keep getting paid your commission over and over.
I was executive director of the Alzheimer's Association for the state of Connecticut.
Hi, I was a music executive who worked for major record labels.
I worked for a multitude of agencies in the National Basketball Association.
I used to work in the hotel industry.
I was in human resources, actually at the director level at a financial services company.
I didn't know anything.
Basically, before Aflac, I was in pharmaceutical sales.
I was running the state of Connecticut, the wholesale mortgage division for Wachovia.
I worked in the packaging industry for companies like 3M and Avery Dennison and Tenneco Packaging.
I did a lot of stuff. I got actually computer degrees and I have a business degree. And I work in computers, I work in exports.
Just graduated from UConn about a year ago.
Again, I was 18, I didn't know any better, so I was just like, what the hell, why not?
So I was always looking to build my own business, and the idea of making residuals off of that work year after year, that's what really attracted me, not to mention the name, which is very well represented and is a household name. People know who Aflac is.
What drew me to this company was being in business for myself. Over time, I've learned some other important things. For one thing, my life has been changed because of the claims I've paid.
I liked the idea that I could manage my own time. I was going to be my own boss. I actually really believed in the product once I started doing some research, and I thought it was something people really needed and that I could provide. What attracted me to Aflac was, of course, like the long-term career aspect of it. This is a place where I can actually see myself with a future, but also the consultative sales. I think that's a good thing to practice because it's building a relationship with business owners.
In my previous background, it was a salary position, and I was able to earn decent money, but never where I wanted to be. And regardless of how hard I worked, how many hours I put in, I was pretty much capped. And that's where I think that a position like this at Aflac, what you put into it is what you take out of it.
This was a career that actually I look forward to the future. Everything that I put into it now is actually going to pay for me for the rest of my life and for my kids' life. This is probably one of the only companies that'll let you pass on your residuals down, one generation. And I thought that was a great thing.
Aflac doesn't give you that base salary like the contract positions did. But when I sat down and really compared apples to apples, at the end of the contract, that's the end of the contract. So even though I had a nice base, I didn't have a future.
I've been here roughly 4 months, and I'll tell you, it's been a really good experience. And not that things happen real quickly for you, but it's kind of like you got to be in it for the long haul. You plant the seeds, and believe me, they bear fruit.
I've been doing Aflac for about 3.5 years now, and it's exciting to work with new people and let them be out there experiencing all the things that I did in the very beginning.
I worked for Lego before Aflac for about a year, and great company to work for, just no growth potential, kind of a standard desk job.
With an opportunity like this, what I found was that you have a lot of flexibility as far as your time. you have a lot of flexibility as far as how much money you can make, and that was the most attractive thing. There really is no ceiling. If you want to make more money, just look in the mirror, and that's the person that can make it happen.
And I do see that there is a future because there's offices everywhere that haven't even heard of Aflac. They know the duck, but they have no idea what it involves. So every person that I talk to leads to another person to talk to.
So, we have 160,000 businesses in the state of Connecticut. We only have about 5,500 accounts. I let them know, the opportunity, how many businesses out there do not have Aflac. And what I tell them is the reason they don't have Aflac is because that decision maker at that company doesn't know what we do.
And I can't tell you, that was one of the best phone calls you make here. When you actually know that what you've done is going to help someone.
It's rewarding to actually see it work, and it really helps with referrals as well. Once you get that first claim process for somebody and they actually see the money coming in and the value of these programs, it's a perfect segue to a referral.
I don't feel bad when I'm signing somebody up, because I know if they need it, I know this could, this could save their house potentially. This could really protect their family, and that makes me feel good.
With being in Aflac for several years, I've noticed that they really pay attention to little areas that can help improve the career of a new agent or even a veteran agent. They really listen. When we used to keep our numbers on paper with tallies, and now we have this great program, Success Tracks, that gives you a great overview of your week. You can kind of see your weak points, the amount of contacts you're making versus how many appointments, and it really helps organize and really helps you plan.
Success Tracks for me has kind of held me accountable. So I have my goals, it's right on the side of it, and when I put in my numbers and I submit it and then I look and I'm like, oh wait, I made 20 less calls than I should have, maybe that's why I didn't get that extra appointment. So it really holds you accountable even for the next week. You're like, okay, I have to hit that number.
I am very goal oriented, and this puts it right down on paper in black and white and shows you on a weekly basis whether or not you're living up to the goals that you've set for yourself. So I find it extremely helpful.
Aflac has been amazing with changing the way they're doing business over the, even the last 3 or 4 months. Now opening up 1099 doors, opening up union rates to unions. It's just giving us, the field force, an amazing opportunity to really capture all the business that's out there. It's endless, and if you put your mind to it and you target what you're going after, you should be able to get that business. There's nothing holding you back anymore, which is amazing.
Aflac gave me the opportunity to decide how much I want to work, and if I work hard, I'm going to gain hard. But if I'm going to work less, don't expect much for it,
We know the products are great, we know there's a need, but sometimes it's just there are just some logistical issues that we come up against, and Aflac's just taking every bit of resistance, every bit of objection that they can out of the formula to allow us to be successful. And that's just amazing to have a company do something like that.
I went on a ride along with one of the other reps that had been out in the field for a long time, and I saw her interacting with each individual as an individual and a person, and you could just see it in their eyes. They just felt like somebody was finally there to help them, and that's really where I wanted to be.
After 13 months, the policyholder's on, stock bonuses right there. That's huge. No companies out there are giving stock bonuses along with residual income after 2 years. You're 100% vested after 2 years. I look for doing this for another 10, 15 years, and I should be able to still make a salary of $70,000, $80,000 a year on just renewals. So, and that's huge. That's one of the biggest parts that I joined Aflac for.
With my renewals, I've been able to pay for 2 weddings, and I've also been able to purchase a house.
Since I've been here over a year now, the renewals kick in, the stock bonus kick in, and every month it just seems to grow, and the opportunity just seems to be getting better and better. And I thank God that I've stuck it out through those hard times at the beginning, because now I'm starting to see the fruits of the labor, and it's making all the difference in the world. It certainly is making my wife a little happier every month. So that's kind of the goal, to keep her happy and keep the family happy. So I'm glad, and it's starting to pay off.
Any of the new people in the room, I'm excited for your opportunity. Once you get going, not only is Aflac a good opportunity to make money, but you're helping a lot of people. And when you start filing claims and things like that, which will be coming down the line, and you get a thank you from someone for the help that you gave them and what Aflac did for them, it's hard to put an income on something like that.